All right, Department of Homeland Security increase. The Department of Homeland Security is up $443.8 billion amount of the Department of Homeland Security to the 2026 budget. Complements the administrative record of the part of the reconciliation bill that currently considered with the Congress of the reconciliation allocate more than 1.75 billion additional multi-year budget authority to implement the administrative priority of the Homeland Security space, which at least an estimated 43.8 billion would allocated to 2026 reconciliation funding of 2026 would enable the Department of Homeland Security to fully implement with the President's mass removal campaigning, finishing construction of the border over the southwest border, procuring an advanced border security technology, modernized fleet and facility for the Coast Guard, and enhanced secure server protective of the Operation Reconciliation would also provide funding to the bolster states' locally capacity to enhance security around the key events and facilities and prepare to upcoming special events likely to the 2026 World Cup or 2028 Olympics. Cuts and reduction non-disaster federal emergency management agency grant or programs or FEMA. Negative $646 million. The budget reduced for the wasteful and woke FEMA grant programs for focusing agencies sound emergency management. FEMA that under the previous administrator to make equity with the top priority with the emergency for the relief declared. But the DEI, which is mandatory for the budget, with activities such as the webinars promote the distribution disaster based for the intersectional focus for the sexual orientation prioritization investment diversity inclusion efforts and multicultural training over to disaster prevention response. FEMA will no longer instill the equity of the foundation of the emergency management. FEMA discriminated against the Americans who voted over the president in the wake of the recent hurricane, skipping over the homes, providing aid. And the activities will not no longer be tolerated. Programs of targeting violence, terrorism prevention will be weaponized to target Americans, exercising the First Amendment right for the other eliminated programs such as the National Domestic Prepared Consortium lack authorization. Congress duplicate efforts existing federal state government programs. FEMA's preparedness grant program portfolio as well with the state level programs are being suited with the dealing with a range of issues. The budget reduces bloat and wasteful encouraging state with the community of the build and resilience of the unique local knowledge of the ample resource for the disaster response. Cybersecurity infrastructure of this agency or CISA negative $491 million when the budget refers to the cybersecurity infrastructure security agency on the core mission federal network defense and handling for the security resilience of the critical infrastructure, eliminate weaponization waste of the budget, also remove the office of the duplicated existing effective of the programs at the state and federal level. Budget eliminates the programs that focus on so-called misinformation propaganda, as well as the external engagement office of the international affairs of the programs office were used as a hub for the censorship of the industrial complex to violate the First Amendment to target Americans, protect the speech, targeted the president. The cybersecurity infrastructure security agency was more focused on censorship than protecting the nation's critical system, but they risk due to the poor management inefficiency as well as on self-promotion. Shelter service program in the budget proposed eliminated shelter service program in addition to for the grant chief of the facility mass illegal immigration on the program and to make use of private emergency food and shovel the program humanitarian funded radical of the NGOs with spending on the facility mass illegal immigration on the run into the interior of the nation of the American soil during the previous administration of the Democrat run cities states of the eve of the grants undermining the rule of the law of transporting sharing illegal migrants weakening the United States with the taking resources away from the American citizens promoting crime and the decay of the American cities. The funds explicitly show the non-citizen migration and the release by the Department of Homeland Security custody. Transportation and Security Administration screening, negative $247 million. The budget reduced for the Transportation Security office level. This is for the President's goal to reduce wasteful government spending with abuse for the government program with the spread of the consent budget with the increase of the since for the inception of the Transportation Security Administration that has convincingly failed audits for the implement intrusive of the screening and measure for the violated American privacy and dignity during the previous administration of the agency was also abused to facilitate massive illegal immigration by illegal immigrants flying into the interior without proper documentation. Department of Justice.